We get to have fun Saturday, though. I get to see my niece.
Okay, yeah, I was going to remind you and see if you were coming to our birthday party.
What kind of uncle would I be?
Not a fun uncle.
No.
Gotta be the funkle.
I gotta keep the funkle title.
I ordered the cake today. I'm so excited.
What kind of cake is it? No, wait, don't tell me.
Publix sheet cake with buttercream frosting.
Oh, maybe I do want to know.
The good stuff. The good stuff. Oh, yeah, we're doing a podcast.
What's up? Oh, I thought we were just talking about the kid.
We can.
So everybody can listen to us.
Welcome to Haley Chat.
Welcome to that Life with Haley.
1 year old check-in.
She's so cool.
Oh, yeah, I do have this down on my notes for podcast ideas.
Haley?
No, to talk about Epic Universe. Hello and welcome to the ParkStop podcast, episode 73. My name is Alicia Stella, and joining me as always is my co-host Ian.
Hey, kids.
And today we're talking about Epic Universe. I thought since it's kind of the beginning of the year, we're a little late on this.
Oopsies.
We could talk about how excited we are for it to be the actual year that this theme park actually opens.
What theme park? There's a new theme park?
At Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
That's not being
in Orlando,
built.
Florida.
That's not being built.
Before we talk about Epic Universe, I had other topics that I want to talk about, which will occupy way too much of our time and not give us... Mostly, I just want to look at the new pictures from BioReconstruct and talk about them because he's been posting aerial nighttime photos, and they're so good.
They are, but also you're just going to make yourself cry before we even get there. So
yes, let's cry a little bit because
do we have to?
Walt Disney World announced that the Muppets area of Disney's Hollywood Studios is closing on a specific date. And now that we know that date, we can start. It's like it's more real now that we actually know the number of days until it closes.
You know what? Usually when we talk about that it's being more real, it's usually a good thing, but this is not a positive thing.
It's weird. Yeah, it's... all the complaining we do about how, like, when's Disney going to do this? They're not actually doing it. When's the shovels in the ground? And they're like, well, the shovels in the ground May 10th. And it's like, no, stop. Why?
We're like, you're just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're just kidding.
I have never eaten at Mama Melrose.
Really? I have.
No, I have never. Is it okay? Is it good? Did you like it?
The few times I've been there, it was actually pretty good. I mean, I don't really have any complaints. My buddy Sal and I would go there to eat. So I don't really have any complaints about it. Is
there something specific you get? Do you get the steak? I hear the steak is good.
I used to get the puttanesca there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, every time I asked Jen, I'm like, do you want to go to Mama Melrose before it closes? She's like, why would I do that when Pizza Rizzo is right there? And I'm like, this is why I love you.
This is why we are married.
This is why we're married. Because
oh, man.
It's rare to find someone else who loves Pizza Rizzo or even tolerates it in this world.
Going to have a talk with Jen.
So we'll have to make a trip out there. We're going to try to get Haley to go to Pizza Rizzo for her first and last time.
Obviously.
So here's the information. Mama Melrose closes first. It's a phased closure. May 10th of this year, of like February, March, April, like 3 months and 2 weeks from now.
That sounds horrible.
And then Muppet Vision 3D and Pizza Rizzo will have their last day of operation June 7th.
Which also sounds terrible. Can we just not do that part?
Yeah, Mama Melrose last day is May 10th. I should say it actually technically closes on the 11th. And June 8th is when technically the other stuff closes. Like work walls will literally be up around the entire Muppet area on June 8th. So June 7th is your last chance to do. I would do Muppet Vision sooner because, it might be a little busy on that last day.
Say hi to Joe.
Who's Joe?
Joe Lozano works there now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So say hi to Joe.
Say hi to Joe and Kermit.
Joe's really cool, just so you guys know.
I think, I mean, obviously I have mixed feelings about this. I was more excited about the announcement of a Monsters, Inc. land when I could lie to myself and pretend it's going to the Animation Courtyard.
Where it should go.
And now that we know for sure where it's going and when it's going, I'm starting to realize that I'm having like existential dread about like change is scary.
Yeah, is
this what other people feel like? Because normally I'm excited for change.
No, this is how I felt when Mr. Toad died.
Oh yeah,
because that was one of a kind of thing. Because it had the 2 tracks, and we got to.
I was actually excited for Winnie the Pooh back then.
No, what is wrong with you?
I'm one of those people. Haley's birthday party is Winnie the Pooh themed.
Of course it is.
I love the Winnie the Pooh ride. I don't care about flat cardboard cutout ride, Mr. Toad.
You go to hell.
I wait, you're just saying that to me in general, or are you explaining the end of the ride?
Yes and yes.
This is a family podcast.
So?
And that's a family theme park. Go to Disneyland, where clearly it's okay still.
I was going to say, like, it happened in a theme park, so it's fine.
Yeah, not enough rides end in hell. I think technically they never called it that. If you even read the script and stuff, it doesn't say that.
Well, I just did.
It says fiery place. It's just a coincidence that you get hit by a train and end up in a fire cave.
With a bunch of devils.
They're not devils. They're pointy-eared, trident-holding red people. For legal reasons.
Holy stretch.
What were we talking about? Muppets.
Muppets. We don't get sidetracked easily at all.
Have we mentioned the Pizza Rizzo prom enough? Like, we really should not be promoting it to too many people. That room only holds like 60 people at most.
There's
probably
a prom?
38.
Don't do you guys?
I need the
don't
maximum
go to that.
occupancy for that room.
I definitely won't be there. I'm just saying you guys shouldn't go. It's not going to be fun. Doesn't seem
for a
fun
minute
at
I
all.
thought you were being serious, but you are going.
I am going.
I have access to your My Disney experience. I see that you have a park reservation.
Yep, I do.
You can't hide it from me.
My friend Stacy's going to go too. I'm going to have a Three Amigos tuxedo t-shirt on.
I had mentioned it before on the podcast.
Yeah, you went legit. That's cheating.
I do have a sparkly gown. It happened. I did it.
You cheated. You went legit.
I'm afraid to wash it. It has it's like 30% metallic. Like, what? It's made of metal? I'm so confused. It's so sparkly.
I'm gonna show up like Florida Trashy, and you're gonna be like actually dressed up. It's gonna be so weird.
I'm bringing backup shoes. Are there lockers at the entrance? I think all the theme parks have lockers, right?
You're bringing backup shoes.
I need to bring backup shoes because I just realized there's an after party at Baseline.
Of course there is. Even if there isn't, there is.
I was hoping we'd all go like watch the Muppet Vision all dressed up nice or in our outfits.
That. We could do that too. There's no rules.
And then go on Smuggler's Run. And then go to Baseline Tap House. We gotta
wait, that's one too many steps before alcohol.
Oh, okay. All right, you're right. We'll skip Muppets. I think I don't think I'm going to process it until I'm like doing a vlog and saying goodbye to it. Because I'm realizing I don't have enough time to eat at Pizza Rizzo as many times as I want to in the next 4 months.
There's not enough time in the next 4 years.
I think, like, I wanted to do another, yes, I know, for me. I wanted to do another Pizza Rizzo podcast, like, but I also don't want to, like, interrupt my beautiful meal to stop and have to do work. I just want to go and enjoy it.
Oh, man.
But, like, we have Epic Universe opening. As we'll discuss in like 20 minutes when we finally talk about it. But
after we get done getting sidetracked.
What if there's previews for that? That's less time that I can go to Pizza Rizzo if I'm busy going to soft opens or previews for Epic Universe. I have a vacation planned.
You're gonna
have May.
You're gonna have to start making priorities.
I have to start. Yeah, you're right.
It's gonna be rough for you.
If I can only eat there once a week, it's not gonna. I want to do the Festival of the Arts. There's so many foods I want to try, and I can't. My tummy doesn't have enough room for all the Pizza Rizzos and the Festival of the Arts food.
Oh, it's time to start making priorities.
Nene's coming. We're gonna do Epcot before the prom, 2 days before the prom.
What? Nobody told me that.
Yeah, it's on a weekday. It's on a school day.
So?
Oh.
Yeah, like I don't ever take days off from work.
I think it's on that Thursday. You have to talk to Nene, though.
You think Nene is going to say no to me? Nene, we're going to have a chat.
I don't think he's going to say no. Just you need to alarm him that you're going to be there. I mean, alert him.
Alarm. I think alarm is the proper word, actually.
Getting more serious for a moment.
Can we do
Blog
that?
Mickey's done some really good reporting on the phased closure for the Muppet area. Mm-hmm. I definitely suggest checking out Mike's work over at the blogmickey.com because he's done these like great graphics showing what he thinks the phased closure will be, because Disney has said that they'll be closing parts of the area. Progress walls will go up around parts of the area before Mama Melrose closes.
Well, that's interesting.
He thinks the Studio One store in the center
Hmm.
is going to be closed off and get work walls around it so they can start maybe not dismantling, like not like actually demolishing the whole building because it's a big soundstage in the middle of the courtyard, but
Hmm.
clearing out the interior, maybe even demolishing the interior, removing all the props that they want to keep because there's a lot of Muppet stuff inside of there. So we could see that by the end of March.
That's pretty cool.
That's really soon. So like Disney's not wasting any time, and while they want to keep like Muppet Vision open and the Pizza Rizzo open for us to enjoy, thank you, for a few more months, they are not wasting
Thank you.
time. And in like less than 2 months, they're going to start dismantling probably that store, and then Mama Melrose will close on May 10th or May 11th, and they'll put walls up further, blocking Mama Melrose and the store, and then Pizza Rizzo and Muppet Vision, so the whole area can be blocked off on June 8th.
That
Uh,
works.
so it's neat to see. I mean, it's neat to see Disney build stuff. Like it's been a
Yeah.
while. I mean, we've had the Splash Mountain redo, and we've had Tron, and we've had the center of Epcot, but like this is new.
Which is
uh,
cool. I just don't like losing Muppets.
I wonder if we'll see like prep work on the parking lot area for the actual show building for the roller coaster.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Which, you know, the last time we talked about this, I had to cut it out because we were wrong. We were talking about how in the new concept art, the show building for the Monsters Inc. door coaster looks small.
Yep.
It's an optical illusion. Where the smokestacks are is actually going to be a false facade, and behind it
Oh, that's pretty cool.
is the real building. If we see, remember that glass cutout building like model they had on display at D23 or wherever it was?
Yeah, yeah.
They have a bunch of like smokestacks and stuff on the sides of the Monsters Inc. building, and then like a fake wall behind it. So it looks like there's forever, like the smokestacks and chimneys at the top of Ratatouille. It's like a fake wall, and it makes it look like there's more chimneys behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's pretty
so
cool.
like the building's actually as wide as it is wide. It's only sticks out and it has that small part in the middle that if I'm making any sense at all. The
It's
part in
probably
the
easier.
middle
Oh,
looks like it's the only building, but there's really building on the sides too.
that's cool. I was gonna say it's probably easier when you if somebody's got a visualizer to go with it.
Yeah. So like this concept art that shows the whole courtyard is lying, and those smokestacks are actually building on the left and right too.
Okay.
So and you can kind of see the cutout for where the building is underneath the smokestack. So it is much wider than we think. I still think it's like family coaster, but it's much longer than it looks, which is exciting. I want
That's
to be
very cool.
excited. I need to be excited for this.
Got to be excited for something. It needs to be good if it's, for what it's replacing. I mean, it's not even just the attraction. It's like the history too that bothers me a little. That's gonna be gone, but it's
Right.
cool. I mean, it's not supposed to be a museum.
I'm not crying. I just have sniffles. We have a lot of flu in this house. I'm on Tamiflu. I've never taken that before.
Oh, really? Look at
Yeah.
you go. I'm good.
It gives me a tummy ache. Just word to the wise. There was a previous statement that said they were having creative conversations of exploring ways
That sounds
to
fancy.
preserve the film, the Muppet Vision film, and other parts of the experience for fans to enjoy in the future. They've updated the statement. So I'm going to read the updated statement.
Uh-oh.
Again, care of Blog Mickey. Thank you, Blog Mickey.
We can't figure anything out.
It's no secret that the Muppets have a special place in our hearts. I sound like Kermit. It's no secret that the Muppets have a special place in our. I can't do that. And we are exploring ways to preserve the Muppet Vision 3D film and other parts of the experience for generations to come. It's pretty much the same thing. They're just saying it's special.
Yep.
How long does it take to explore ways?
Too many days. I can't even talk.
Think what's concerning to me is the generations to come.
Yep.
Because it used to be for fans to enjoy into the future. And to me, that means like, oh, we can move it into like the Magic Eye Theater and you can enjoy it for another decade. Like that's the future. But
Yep.
for generations to come, it's going on Disney Plus. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely going to Disney Plus.
we could
which
just
is,
sell a commemorative DVD.
I hope they don't try to do like. Are they going to try to like? They better not try. How are they going to capture it all though? It doesn't make sense.
VR
with just,
360. You
I
have
was
to have
gonna
an
say
Oculus.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense if you just watch it.
You have
There's-
to feel it.
Well, also there's things that happen behind you and to the sides of the thing.
Yeah.
And
So people are considering like, oh, well, maybe they'll have some of the animatronics in a museum setting forever. And you'll have to like go to this museum setting. the way that like they moved the Leave a Legacy to those big like vinyl walls outside of Epcot, and technically you could enjoy them forever now, but the pictures got tinier and high up and smushed together onto vinyl board. So like, yeah, technically it still exists, but it's kind of crappier now, which is fine. I'm fine with that. That's fine, by the way.
I wonder if someone got paid to go through and edit each file.
And make it smaller?
Sorry. Yeah, to make them smaller, to make the graphics smaller.
God, what a boring, tedious job.
Or maybe they just printed them smaller. But they
just printed them smaller.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, they already were barely visible to understand.
For anybody out there who's a Killswitch fan, Justin Foley's family has a tile at the entrance to Magic Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
So...
do they still sell those? Or are we just like letting them rot out there?
I think the bricks are just rotten now.
Oh, okay.
But if anybody's curious and you see the Foley family, it's probably Justin from Killswitch's family. And
there was, at the time when they announced the dates, there was no new information on the coaster retheme. Mm-hmm. However, I do think they did put a little bit of a statement out. Mm-hmm. There's no closing date announced for Rock and Roller Coaster at this time.
Shocker. Does anyone actually think it's actually going to happen? Do we still think it's actually going to happen?
That's the thing.
Wait, are we taking bets? I just want to know.
Well, I feel like I was one of the first people to say that it's not happening.
I think you were.
I'd like to get some credit, although I did see it floated by a few people online. So I may not be the first one to say it publicly, but I have told everyone I know, I'm like, is it though? Like, it feels like a very last minute thing to appease us when they announced the other thing. But I think it was a day later, or even later that same day when they announced these closure dates, they did say that the Muppets would be moving to Rock and Roller Coaster soon.
Yeah, that's very helpful. They're super clear with their announcements.
Yeah, it just says Kermit, Miss Piggy, and friends are soon headed to just across the park for their home on Sunset.
Oh, that's very clear.
No, this is new. That's it. It just says soon. Okay. But at first, I thought the announcement, like looking at Scott Gustin's post, I thought for sure there was no mention of it. And I was kind of concerned, or at least I could say I was right, that they were just going to sweep it under the rug. But they still mentioned it again later that day. So it is soon happening still, eventually, probably.
Doesn't happen until it happens. Just saying.
Well,
especially with Disney.
I would be fine with it not taking over Rock and Roller Coaster if they literally moved Muppet Vision.
Yeah, that'd be better.
In its entirety somewhere else. But if we lose Muppet Vision, or it just goes on the Oculus or something, we deserve something. Even if it is a roller coaster, I'm like too old and anxious to ride anymore. It gives me a panic attack. I get scared on it.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
not
so
even
dark.
That intense.
It's that first 20 seconds. There's just no light, and I don't know when it's going to happen. And then I see the Hollywood sign, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And then you do the upside down part, and I'm like, oh, it's still happening. And then I realize, do I like this ride? And I do the palm tree, and we're doing the barrel roll. And I'm like, I don't think I like this ride. And then it's over, and I'm like, why did I go on it?
How do you survive Velocicoaster?
I love Velocicoaster.
It's so weird.
It's outside. I can see. I don't like Velocicoaster at night as much. It's a little scary. It's a little scary. I'm what you call a chicken. I need to see where I'm going. It's why I don't like Iron Gwazi. I keep thinking I'm going to run into those beams.
You might.
It's scary.
Yeah, like Space Mountain's scary when you can actually see the beams.
I don't know why Space Mountain doesn't bother me.
Those beams are close. They seem closer than they are, but
I don't put my hand up.
I don't put my hand up either.
I do in the tunnel. I like to feel the static shock. I'm going to lose a finger one day.
Oh, man.
That's all the Muppet talk I have. Do you have any closing thoughts on Muppets for now?
No. Boo. Join
us at the Pizza Rizzo Prom, February 8th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. in the Deluxe Supreme Banquet Hall. I always want to get the name right. The Deluxe Supreme It's like a pizza. The Deluxe Supreme Banquet Hall.
Awesome.
We're Pizza Rizzo, where you can get the best New York-ish style pizza, 100% authentic.
Wrap pizza. So what are we talking about now?
Surprise announcement that I have. It's about Universal Studios Great Britain.
Oh, that's not happening. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, while I've been concerned that it's not, so shut up. I haven't done a video on it for so long because I'm like, I don't want to be wrong. I hope it's happening, but until any news happens, I don't want to jinx it. as this podcast is probably going live, because we're recording it, on Sunday the 26th?
Yes, ma'am.
By the time it goes up, probably on Wednesday, there is, and because the UK is 5 hours ahead of us, there is a speech happening. I want to get it right. Who's giving a speech?
Speech.
Rachel Reeves, MP.
Sure.
I don't know what this word is. Chancellor of the the money person, the money woman. The money woman's going to talk.
I can't help you because I can't read it, but go ahead.
The money. I didn't give you notes. The money. The financial. The budget person's going to give a budget
the money
speech.
Peoples. The money people's giving the money.
She's giving a speech today, probably when this goes up, and she supposedly has really good news about the future of like the economy and all the different projects that are happening. And supposedly one of them is good news about a Universal Studios theme park happening in Bedfordshire. So I just want to put it out there on the podcast that we are aware of this possible good news. I just don't want to do a video and jinx it until after we have some actual news. But in just the last week or so, they've done some work clearing the land.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has done some work clearing the land. And when someone else with a camera went and asked them, hey, who do you work for? In a video that has now been deleted, so I shouldn't be talking about it. But someone posted to social media a little video. It says, hey, who do you work for? Universal Studios. What does it matter to you? And I'm like, oh.
Wait, why did they all of a sudden sound like they're from New York? Like poorly from New York, but still.
They had a... They had a British accent. I don't know why I did that. I feel like instead of insulting
oh my gosh,
another country's accent, I'd rather
just keep it regional.
One that I'm allowed to do. I feel
just regional in our own country.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Everyone has a Brooklyn accent. I'm very into Bugs Bunny lately. What's it to you, Doc?
Never mind.
It's been a lot of cartoons lately.
Yeah, I know.
No, anyway, it's exciting to know that supposedly someone working for Universal Studios is doing work to prepare the land that has not been announced. And even if Rachel Reeves does say something positive about this project, I think it's still going to be up to Universal to actually announce that they're doing it. So the best you can probably say is that, like, we approve everything. Yeah, we on our end, on the government side, we are good to go, and it's up to Universal really to then acknowledge that they're building a theme park. It's the same thing happened with Epic Universe, where we had that like 6 month to a year gap where permits were being filed and land was being cleared, and they still hadn't admitted it yet, even though we saw plans for the theme park they were building.
Yeah.
So the land is being cleared now, and that is a very good step. They've also gobbled up, I think, purchased a lot of houses on Manor Road that runs through the property. So I think maybe that they've been quiet because they've just been trying to make sure they ensure they have everything they need, all the ducks in a row.
And also, just need to find a travel agency to sponsor a trip there for us.
And the conversation, because they've been in talks with the government for months now, like at least 6 months. And I think the talks have been like Universal wants, a kickback on this, or help with roads, train stations, like making sure, like, do you agree to build this so that we know we can get this many people here from here? So like if they don't build that second train station on the other side, and if they don't build the extension to the highways, then they're not going to be enough people to get into the theme park. So Universal just wants to make sure that they have the transportation set up, and the government's probably like, sure. It's just taken a long time. But I think that as the people that live there that I know say, they need the win. So Rachel Reeves is going to say good stuff. That's what I've been told. I don't follow politics.
Sure. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like I'm going to have to enter in, like, I can't put a me from the future explaining what happened, because this is going to go up the morning of, like, as this speech is happening. So
I guess
go check my Twitter feed. I mean, my Blue Sky feed.
Yeah, please, Blue Sky.
And I'll retweet all the good news that hopefully is happening right now as you're listening to this.
Okay. So sounds like we get good stuff in England.
I mean, it's good timing because we have a new theme park opening here. And just like with Beijing, I feel like as soon as they open a theme park, they got to announce a new one, right? Isn't that the rule?
Apparently. When do we get another one here?
No, I don't think we need another one here for a while.
Yes, we do.
No.
I mean, we always need another one.
I mean, we can get like another ride for Hollywood after Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, maybe.
I was going to say, can we get rid of the Fast and Furious ride at least and get something to replace it?
What, here?
Yeah, here.
Best I can do is get another Fast and Furious ride and keep them both open in succession.
Oh, man. Anyway, so Epic? Are we doing Epic now? Epic?
Yeah, I want to talk about Epic Universe because I feel like we haven't done it on the podcast in a while.
Yeah. But you know what the best part is?
What?
The windmill was on fire.
Oh my God.
It was on fire.
Someone, was it Park Twister, posted a video on Twitter. I mean X, on X, from the bus that is now open. The bus lane is now open up and down Kirkman. So if you're heading to Stellanova or back from Stellanova to the original resort, you can see Epic Universe and you can get a really good view of Dark Universe. And the windmill was on fire. And I was so excited. And then 2 hours later, BioReconstruct did another flight. He just did one a week ago. And he got nighttime sunset views. And he got like 2 solid minutes of them testing that windmill on fire.
So
the Burning
good.
Blade Tavern actually burning.
My house. My future home.
So impressive.
It's just so good.
Like when we talked about it and you looked at that concept art in 2019 and said, I think that's the windmill from Frankenstein. And I was like, no way. Could you imagine your wildest dreams? It would look that good on fire.
Nope. It looks amazing.
It like when it ignites, it's like a fireball. It's like the Jaws explosion.
It's real bright. It's throwing light pretty far.
It is impressive. And I'm glad that we have this to talk about because I was going to talk about Epic Universe anyway. But now I don't know if you better be watching the visual version of this podcast on YouTube because I am showing it on loop. Look at this. Woof, woof,
you know what's cool though? In that evening video where the thing's on fire, you can see all the lights in the land and how it's going to look and like all the street lamp looking things and stuff. It looks really, really pretty.
If you look at his video of just flyover, there's like blue flashes around the land, like the electricity effects.
That's
in
cool.
multiple spots, as well as the electrical like lighting too.
Listen, the most important part is that he got the thing actually lighting, so you can see the windmill light up.
Yeah,
from nothing.
Oh, so good. I mean, he's gotten it from the ground before, but this is the first time we've seen it in an aerial, and it happens to be at night, so you really can see it.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. It goes pretty far. The light is casting goes pretty far.
If you look, like
so
there's
good.
Team members standing off to the side and one front just staring at it in awe. I'm sure they're the ones testing it and they need to stare at it, but you can tell from the air that they're in awe.
I'm in awe, and it's just a video.
Like, how does the vegetation around it not burst into flames? It's so much flames.
Like, I remember joking that the windmill better light on fire, but I just didn't expect it to look so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I feel like at this point, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Like,
We've been making the Kool-Aid. What are you talking about?
We've been making it, but I haven't been drinking it. In private, I always have my doubts about things. I'm like, am I overselling this? Like, I'm excited because it's new. At this point, I'm excited because it's good, and that's new for me.
I think we kind of undersold the windmill, to be honest.
But like the whole park,
looks so good.
I remember thinking like the concept art is so good if it lives up to it. Like we'd use disclaimers like that. Like if they build what was planned, if this is like they pull off this ride. And I'm looking at this windmill going, wow, it is better than I imagined. It is better than the concept art.
It looks so good. Even just the stills of the land looks so good. Like I am so happy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get in there.
These nighttime pictures, if you're following along with us, were just posted on X or Blue Sky or Mastodon from BioReconstruct of like Epic Universe at night, and the portals are lit up. The Ministry of Magic portal has the words on it. And like they weren't installed a week ago. Like I did a video and they weren't there yet. There was a big empty space, and now they are, and the words glow. Like we knew the portal was glowing because we'd seen that a few weeks ago when he got nighttime video. But this, seeing the quote above the portal glowing, seeing even the monument above the portal glowing, and if you look inside the portal, there's like these LED curved walls, and they're glowing.
It looks so cool.
It's so many layers of glowing. I'm surprised that it looks this good. That was one
It
of his most
looks
recent posts. That was
it
the last
looks
post he
so
posted.
good. I can't wait to see what's actually on the inside. People are going to be stopping in there just to look.
And like, if
I
you
want
look
to
at the
watch that thing.
still frame from the commercial that he posted there, like, I wonder if there be some kind of fog effect inside to try to really make it feel like, can you have a constant fog in an LED tunnel? Is that going to cause problems?
I don't know, but I want it to be there because it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good in the commercials. It makes me want them to actually do it. You were mentioning the Kronos earlier, the Kronos
Yeah,
Tower, the actual entrance into like Epic Universe, and how that's all lit up, and it's got way more lights. You were saying what? It has more lights than you expected.
way more lights, and then some of the things behind it have the blue light trims and stuff, like the little gardens and stuff, like in the right as you
Oh
walk in.
yeah,
It's really cool looking.
I didn't notice that before. Yeah, if I mentioned it a couple videos ago, someone pointed out there's these like reeds in the waterfall waters,
Hmm.
and they're like fiber optic light up reeds, like you're in a swamp reeds, but
That's
they're
so cool.
they're futuristic space age reeds, and it does look like they're lit up here, and it's more points of light throughout Celestial Park in the water feature, just cuz.
Just cause it could. It looks so good.
But yeah, have you seen that video? I think Vincent Vision posted it on Instagram, where like the gyrosphere thing at the top of the Kronos was
Yeah, it
all lit
was.
up.
Yeah, it was lit up and it was moving, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it actually spins yet. Like, we haven't actually seen the
I
physical stuff
did.
spins, but we see the lights spinning around it. So I
Yeah,
think it's going to spin in the opposite direction that it's lit up.
I saw the lights and I thought I just looked at it quickly, so I thought it was moving too. But it was pretty cool looking.
Like, we're still only seeing half of this stuff like at once. They're not testing it all at once. So yeah, it's
There's so much cool stuff to look at in these
this is
pictures.
this is one of those podcasts where we're just Chris Farley from the SNL skit, and it's like, remember that one scene? That was cool.
Remember that one time?
Remember that one time? That was cool.
Oh, Nintendo looks awesome too. It looks like a video game. I can't believe the Nintendo world's even lit up. It looks still like it's not real. Like it looks so
Right.
good. It
Did
looks
you
fake.
did you see the Donkey Kong waterfall is on for the first time? They
Yeah.
just turned it on a couple days ago, and now we have a shot of it. It is real water, and if you look at the top, it's like spewing out of the face, down the rocks, and then you can see it go down the second level down the front
So cool.
with the circle. So it is real water. It is not like Universal Japan with the mist curtain. They've pulled off the multi-level layered waterfall. It is real.
So cool. I saw the ride through of the Kong coaster too from Japan. It looks really cool.
Oh, I didn't even see the wide shot of the water pouring all the way down to the ground.
Yup.
Oh yeah, yeah. The coaster looks good, and it's hard to find a video that shows the ending with the actual figures, where it looks like he's doing a ground pound, and the whole they use projection mapping to make the wall shake.
I'll be honest, I was paying attention to the tracks more than anything, so I wanted to see how realistic it looked.
Yeah,
It looks really good.
I mean, it's a little too smooth in the video, but everyone says it feels rougher than it looks. So like, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna sell it more just because it's rough.
Yeah, I think as long as you're on the right side of the car too, since the vertical track I think is toward the left of the car. No, toward the right of the car. I did that backwards in my head, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you're on one side, I think it'll feel better than the other because it won't be so obvious.
Oh yeah, just don't look to the right.
Yeah.
Speaking of roughness, there's been rumors on the forums from a few different people that I don't know or follow, but they said like the I want to say it right. Stardust Racers is
Yep.
rough from
Interesting.
mock rides, and I wasn't sure if I believed it or not, but I in the recent video Bio said, look, the paint is wearing off of the tracks, like the yellow paint was like scratched off.
Really?
Yeah, it's like in front of, like, you won't see it in these pictures, but it was like the part right around the icon comet in the front. There's parts of the yellow track, the orange track that's like missing sections, but it's so perfectly cut out that I don't think it's like from wear and tear of the wheels going over it over and over again. I think
Yeah.
it's shaved. Like, it's something like a couple people commented on my video, and they're like, they think it could be like some weld joint fix that they're doing, and that's why the color's missing, and they're like trying to smooth out the track or something. I don't know. I don't understand how roller coasters work. I just know that some scare me, and this one looks like it's going to scare me. So anyway, if there's rumors of roughness, I wonder if this was a spot weld fix to try to solve a problem, in this one part in particular, and then we might find more of these throughout the track.
Probably they'll probably paint them and they'll probably like sand them down and grind them down and smooth them over again. I don't think
Something,
it'd be
yeah,
weird for the paint to come off that fast of a brand
right.
new coaster because I don't think it's just paint.
I
Obviously,
expect it to be dirty, like you expect
yeah,
rubber
yeah,
marks or something, or black marks or something, or streak marks. But this is it's a perfectly cut out section of silver on the track in a couple spots, so it
yeah. No,
seems more intentional.
Okay. Wait a minute. I just opened. Sorry, I don't mean to change directions,
No,
but
no,
I
no.
just opened.
That's what this is. This is just mindlessly talking about Epic Universe
I
because
just
we're
pulled
excited.
open the Potter view with the circus tent kind of down on the bottom rightish corner, that live one, and you could see like the front of the buildings and the backside of the entryway and the lighting in the area looks so good, and the circus tent lighting looks so good.
Yeah, the lighting on the front of the department store in the corner there next to the cafe,
Yeah,
it looks like a matte painting.
it does.
It looks like
Like
like a 1980s matte painting.
these photos don't look real. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it looks like we're looking at pictures that are not of real things. Like somebody photoshopped stuff together.
And you can see like it's almost like studio lights, like house lights on the roofs.
Yep.
Like backlighting. Like the white light, but then when you look at the stage lighting, the on stage lighting in front of the buildings, and it's so like warm. It's just warm.
It's cool because there's like the section that's like kind of lifted up to make it look like it's higher up, but there's lighting coming out from under that too. So I wonder what that's gonna look like when you look up to it.
Oh, I didn't notice the lighting over by the theater exit too. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so pretty. The circus tent is glowing so pretty.
Yeah, well, the whole area looks so nice. Like it looks really cool. I want to see inside the dark section a little better, but it's dark in there, obviously. So
I mean, the roof is so well lit. I don't know if those are always going to be on or if it's just for work. I can't tell.
I don't know. The backlighting might look kind of cool though.
Yeah, maybe it is intentional backlighting. So when you look up, you see like a glow light. Like wait, is that happening in Dark Universe?
It's not happening in the like. There's no like the dark section is not very well lit. If you look in the dark section of Potter, like the new Nocturne kind of alley.
Yeah,
it's
no,
really dark
it's
in there.
really dark. I wanted to see the village. Is there no lighting of the village?
There's lighting of the village.
I don't see the village.
It's like street light kind of stuff all over the place.
Oh, it's blue. It's blue.
Mm-hmm.
The roof lights. I wanted to see if the roof lights, the ones projecting onto the rooftops. It's blue. It's like moonlight. Yes. It looks
So
like
good.
Scream in 1995. I love it. Back in the 90s when nighttime blue light was the moon.
It's so good.
That's the way it should be. And it looks like torch lights on the actual street.
Yeah. I mean, say what you will about Potter, but this area looks kind of beautiful. Like it looks really good.
Oh, I just saw the other view looking at the tower in the background.
Yeah, I just pulled that one up too.
Oh man.
It's really, really
it has no
good
right
looking.
to look that good.
No, it looks really good. Like legitimately looks awesome.
So I mentioned it before. Kirkman Road extension is technically, as of recording right now, not open to car traffic, to general traffic, but the bus lanes are open for Universal shuttles, which is convenient so that the Universal Stella Nova Resort, which opened just last week, can now shuttle guests to and from the existing resort to the new hotel, since there is no Epic Universe to go to. These new electric buses that just debuted are just riding up and down this road, and they are the only things on the road. But it is done in time, technically, for this resort to open.
That's pretty cool.
Just not for cars. But that is exciting, an exciting development. We should mention it. We should talk about have you seen anything for the opening of the hotel?
It's only not for cars if they catch you. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Don't do that. No, I saw some of the influencer folks' videos and pictures and stuff. It looks really cool. The rooms look really nice too.
Yeah, it reminds me of Aventura mixed with like Cabana Bay or Endless Summer. Like it's got a more easygoing vibe, but with the clean white lines of Aventura, which like I like Aventura. It's fine. Like if you're only staying for a night, especially, Aventura is fine. Nothing too special.
Well, we tested the food in the lobby too, and the lobby food at Aventura is actually pretty good for quick service stuff at a hotel. It's actually really good.
It is really good, and I think this looks more like that. Like the opening day, I know there were some complaints about the food, but then you could see the next day they already swapped out the French fries for better looking French fries. The food looks a little better prepared. I think they were hit with so many vloggers and bloggers in the first day.
Yeah, they probably didn't prepare enough for that.
The weather was so cold, no one can go in the pool. Like the pool's literally been closed more than it's been open in the last week. because it's
Yeah.
been in the 30s and 40s. So everyone, the only thing you could do is go in the gift shop or go in the restaurant. So the quick service has been hit hard because no one wanted to go outside, and it was like all at once. So I think a lot of the complaints about the food have been fixed just in the last few days. So I'm actually going to go out there and take a bus and try, like, I want to try, okay, there's a burger called the Stella Burger.
Oh, geez.
And there's a cookie named the Stella Cookie.
Oh, jeez.
Which is a chocolate cookie with pink M&Ms in it. I feel like that's named not only well, but like it is what I would want a cookie named after me to be.
I'm gonna make you a shirt that says the Stella, and it's gonna have a blank line underneath it.
The Stella. Yes. Welcome to Epic Universe, home of the Stella
the
cookie.
Stella. The Stella. This
The
is the
Stella
home of the
blank.
Stella.
The Stella. Oh, anyway, so I'm gonna go visit, and I'll let y'all know what I think of some stuff. But I wanted to get the. Yeah.
I'm looking at the wide view of How to Train Your Dragon, and I'm wondering if the walkway is lit up especially bright in front of Mead Hall kind of area because drunk people. I mean, it's noticeably brighter in one spot on one walkway, and it's noticeably brighter in one section of the area as opposed to the other.
But it's the plaza. It's the courtyard in front of the, like, you see the fountain.
Yeah.
It's the oh wow.
The roller coaster dip into the water looks really cool. It's kind of like Hulk going under the bridge.
It's glowing. It's got glowing
and
clouds.
Fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
No, I haven't really looked at the How to Train Your Dragon area yet.
It looks really cool.
What is the light looking right at the camera? What is that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the sheep. Why are the sheep glowing?
Why wouldn't the sheep glow? Of course they glow. What are you talking about?
I think it might be a work light.
It's probably a work light.
I think they're working on the sheep.
I prefer. Oh, I see which one you're looking at.
Yeah,
I prefer to think that it's a sheep glowing right at us.
But looking at the other one, the whole area picture, it is interesting to me to see the white lights for backstage areas, like the backstage behind the Mead Hall, behind the boat ride, and behind the theater is so bright white, and then the torch color orange lights for the actual pathways.
Yeah,
and that is a bright light on that bridge. Wow. And then look at the launch 2 for the coaster on the left side of that wide shot. And it's blue. It's so blue.
Like I said, just specifically is one side is definitely brighter than the other.
And then like the lights on the flags above the Dragon Racers Rally. It's all different color tones for the different rides. I love it.
I can't wait to watch you go on that Dragon Racer Rally thing. You're just going to spin the whole time.
Yeah, there's work lights on the
you get nauseous
Spitfire
watching you.
Grill seating area too. So they're working through the night on a couple projects. Yeah, you can tell what isn't the final light yet because it's bright white.
There are some blue lights back there too, on top of the bright light.
The coaster area, it might be show scene 1, launch 1. It looks like it has a blue light too.
It looks so good. All these lands they don't look real. They all look like concept art.
And they all look different. They have different tones to them.
Like photorealistic concept art is what it looks like.
Did you see insane. Constellation Carousel has like blue lights under the water uplighting it?
Yeah, it's so cool. They're like that purpley blue color, right? So good.
Which when the fountains are on, I imagine that they'll be lit too. Because there's lights built into all the fountains in all the lagoons, so they'll have their own lighting scheme and color can change. Because it might not always be purple down there.
The entry has a lot of blue lights, it looks like, too. In the darker picture, like the higher up, you can see there's a lot of blue lights, not even just in the water, but the whole entryway is like bright yellow when you go through the tunnel, but it's all blue around it.
Well, not related to Dark Universe, but the Kronos uses dark energy, which it feeds throughout Celestial Park to power all of the portals.
Oh, it's totally stealing from Frankenstein.
So the dark energy will run through Celestial Park, and that's those points of lights and stars that we see throughout it.
100%.
It's actually powering the... Did you hear recently science discovered dark energy is not real?
Really?
Yeah.
Dark energy or dark matter?
Dark energy.
Weird.
Like the hidden force.
That's dark matter, isn't it?
Oh man, now I have to look up science.
I
I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later.
I'm not a scientist, so I just play one on no TV.
Yeah.
I like that they kind of have spotlights on the top of the entrance tower too. You see that?
The beacon lights.
Yep.
There's the 4 beacon lights on the top of the Kronos, but then there's also a series of blue lights behind each beacon at the portals, which you can't see from the air so well, but from the ground, people have been taking photos, and it's beautiful because you can see Like, I think they have them at the Hulk coaster right now
Hmm.
and a couple other spots throughout the resort where there's just like beams straight into the sky. But the ones at the portals are a series of like 6 blue lights. So they're small, but they combine to make one giant beam. It looks like the end of a Marvel movie
Oh, that's cool.
where you have that giant blue beam into the sky.
I'm not mad at all. We're good. We're good.
So all of that, yeah, you really can't see it in the aerials, but on the ground, it is very noticeable. And that's like when you're in the park, you're like, oh, where's the entrance? Just follow the big blue beam to go into that land.
Listen, we've been talking about this place for a long time, and it only gets more and more jaw dropping every time we see pictures of it. In my opinion, I'm just like blown away by this place.
We'll talk more about Stella Nova Resort at a later time.
I don't
want to
think we're ever going to stop talking about Stella
I'm
Nova.
gonna go check it out. I mainly just want to go because they have merchandise that's not in the preview center.
Sure.
I just want to go buy stuff.
Mhm.
It's like, can I go on that bus to buy stuff, please?
Alicia's like, can I go buy stuff that says Stella on it,
They
please?
don't. They have a cup. I think I can buy a cup that says it. They don't really sell much. It's more on
Listen.
the toiletries, like the stuff in the room, like on the soap package.
Okay, I'm back at Potter, and I'm just looking at this show building, and now that I can see like the semi trucks and the cargo stores and the cars in comparison to this building, it's just absurd.
Yeah, did you see
Like,
my last
it's
video?
obscenely large.
It's okay if you didn't, but if you saw my last video,
I have been sick. I have not done much of anything.
I know.
So.
I figured there's
Normally
a
I
picture
would,
from
but-
the last set of aerials of the Helios statue in front of the Helios Hotel. And there's this like worker standing there, and the worker is shorter than the bow and arrow that he's holding.
That's insane.
I can't even explain to you the feeling I felt. Like, I've never felt so small as when I saw the Helios statue. Like when people go to space and they see the Earth from space and they say, I've never felt so small. That's how I felt looking at this Helios statue.
That's insane.
I'm going to have to find this picture and send it to you because it is mind blowing.
My brain is melting looking at this show building for the Potter thing.
Did you see the starscape filled ceiling of the third floor at Stella Nova?
I did. Quickly, I gotta go look that stuff up again. Again,
There
I've
was
been sick, so
I know. I'm going to send it to you right now. Here's pictures that Bio took.
Wait, does the carousel have clouds on the glass on the ceiling?
Yeah, they're painted on there.
It's so cool.
It looks like DreamWorks.
Sorry, what were we saying?
I've tried that pizza at the DreamWorks Cafe. It's got
On
some
purpose?
chili flakes on it. No, it's really good. You'd actually like it. It's burnt edges.
Oh boy!
It's a square pizza and it's burnt. It's in a.
You tried
they
to
put it
tell
in a-
me that I was gonna love pizza Rizzo and stuff, but
No. I never said that. I said you would tolerate it. Let's be real.
No, and the only way you got me to try it is because you said it's more like a bread bowl than a pizza. And I
Yeah,
was
don't
like,
think of it as pizza. So
it's
yeah,
not pizza.
the ceiling is so tall in some of the places in the lobby that the third floor, like where the rooms start, there's a hallway where there's no rooms.
Yeah. I
So
remember
that's why
this.
they put stars on it. Like otherwise it'd be just a claustrophobic white hallway. And like by putting stars on it, it's become this like Instagram thing where people are taking selfies and stuff.
Obviously,
It's very clever.
it is. It looks really cool. I remember that now.
I'm gonna go take a Stella
fee.
Yeah, in front of the dichroic tiles out front because there's a little section of wall you can go and take a picture in front of.
The Stella fee. Are we gonna make that a thing for the Stella Hotel now?
I can't take credit for that. Jackie at Super Enthused.
She called it a Stella fee.
A Stealthy, yeah. Stealthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Her
stealing
videos
it
are really good on the Stella Nova Resort,
she's
by the way.
really good anyway. She is such a sweet person in person too.
Yeah, she is.
She's actually super enthused in real life. It's great.
That's why I love the videos.
Yeah, Sam's great too. He's a really nice guy.
Oh, he is. I cannot, for the life of me, find this Helios statue picture, and I will not rest until I find it.
I'm looking through all the kinds of pictures now.
Have you seen the animated Universal signs?
Yeah. They're putting a new one in, right? At the regular entrance for the regular resorts? Are they just refreshing that?
Well, there's one over by the parking garage that's already turned on.
Yeah.
The one in the middle of Major Boulevard, Tom Williams Way, I mean. That one's still being installed.
Yeah. Because I was just there Thursday in the cold.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that on purpose?
My friend was here from New York, and she's a huge Potter fan. So our friend got her a pass she happened to have one that was going to expire soon, so she gave us a pass. My friend lost her when she got into Diagon Alley. It was
God, I have to bleep that.
Okay, my friend lost her mind when she got into Diagon Alley. It was great.
I'm just going to insert that into the previous sentence so it sounds like disjointed. So
Sorry, I'm lost in pictures. I forgot to censor myself.
that's okay. If you happen to notice what
I'm just looking at the roller coaster building. Sorry, go ahead.
the phase 2 dining near the entrance
Yep.
to Celestial Park over there on the right when you first enter after the shops and Starbucks.
Yep.
Speaking of Starbucks, you know what? Speaking of Starbucks, the new photos, the round building over in front of Oakenstar has a Starbucks logo on top. It's confirmed. It is definitely a Starbucks. It's the one closest to the carousel.
Yep.
Those 3 kiosks there.
Yeah, I don't care.
Starbucks, actual
yeah.
Starbucks. That's the second Starbucks though. There's
Cool.
one over
Yeah,
by
I
the
don't
entrance too. Okay, click on this picture I'm sending you.
Oh.
It's even bigger than I thought.
Oh, I can't say what I want to say.
Look at it. Just look at it.
What I want to say.
That is the Helios statue.
That's immense. That's pretty impressive. Look at the size of the dang bird.
Forget the bird. Well, no, the bird is like it's like a 12-foot wingspan. No, look at there's a man standing there who is the size of of Helios's forearm.
Not even
thickness, like not the length, the width. Like,
oh man, yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I thought he was the size of the bow and arrow. He's the size of he's smaller than the size of the bottom half of the bow and arrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like a little bit smaller than the bottom part of that bow and arrow.
How is the statue 40 feet tall?
I don't know. That's awesome.
I'm losing my mind.
So good. I'm so excited.
So anyway, at the entrance to the park,
like, oh my god,
there was scaffolding in front of the phase 2 dining just a week ago, and it seems to have come down in these nighttime pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that building. Look at it. It looks done.
There's a lot of stuff that looks done.
But this is literally listed as phase 2 in the permits. This building is not supposed to be built yet. So they put a rush on this. Even if it's not open, it looks like at least we can walk by it and it looks pretty. Which if you look at the fly-through animation, it's there visible, even though they don't have signs on it. Like they're pretending it doesn't exist because it's not in the model.
It's not here.
But they built it. So even if it's not open on May 22nd, at least it looks pretty when we walk by and not just like a hole like it looks on the model. Not construction walls, not green trees. It's actually built.
I can't believe we're this close to this thing.
So that's my final thing before we end this podcast.
What?
Yeah, I know we're almost done.
What? We have to stop looking at pictures and talking about this? This is so fun.
No, we can keep doing that after I press stop on the podcast. But
you guys go away. We're going to keep talking.
But we also haven't talked in a while.
Yes.
Besides random text messages.
Yeah, sick and kid.
Everyone's been sick.
Mm-hmm.
At least she's feeling better. I don't know if you'll ever feel better, but at least she's feeling better.
I think I'm getting there. Just in time for me to show up at a birthday party and get sick again.
No, at least there won't be a lot of kids.
Oh, I'll be there. There's enough kids right there.
Hey, kids. I want to ask what your theory is on previews, whether it be team member previews, pass holder previews, soft opens. Do you have an idea of what you think based on what you just saw in the pictures when we could see things like that?
I don't know, but I will be at all the previews somehow or other. I don't know. It looks like they're actually cruising. Like they really look like they're trying to get everything done. So maybe if they do land by land kind of previews, if they could pull that off somehow, maybe even sooner than we'd expect.
That's my theory is that, and we've talked about it for years.
Because honestly, Dark Universe looks like they're not doing much in there.
Dark Universe has only like one permit open right now. All the permits are closed and done.
Yeah,
so like they're so close to being like no more hard hat needed, if you ask me. Like they're so close to being done in that area. I think they're installing the nets and then they're done around the coaster. Like it's that soon. Like they're at the point where they're just tweaking lighting. They don't need to do actual construction anymore, and that's amazing.
Potter's hard to tell because there's so much in a building.
Yeah, I was going to say Potter, actually, most of the permits that are open are inside buildings, so I can't see. But the outside stuff, all of the construction is done. It's now just decorative work.
Nintendo looks pretty far along, too, from the pictures, at least.
It caught up.
Yeah, it's cruising.
So, yeah, my theory is they can do team member previews, at least like for a land or two, by pulling in bus shuttles, the back doors.
Yeah.
That way you can keep working hard hat required on Celestial Park, but bus in people directly in the back door to each land, test the rides with like as many team members as they want. And that way the rides can go through operational tests. Like let's just do a Mario Kart night or a whole Super Nintendo World, like test the power up bands, like do a whole preview for one land for a week or something, and then do another one. I could see that literally starting in a few weeks.
Yeah, potentially for sure. Especially like I said, because these two lands look pretty far along.
And then I guess we can see pass holder previews. Like I'm worried if Celestial Park isn't ready, if there's still like work to be done and heavy equipment needed and they can't bring people into the center, then we can't do a full preview. So there's no pass holder previews until the beginning of May. Like that's my concern. And if they do that, which I assume we'll have to pay for, like that's a way to limit capacity, is make us pay for the ticket to go. But originally I thought they would be doing it in like April, and then they can do some kind of paid soft open where like not everything is ready, but you have to buy a ticket to go do an early entry into the park. Like, and anyone can go. But if they're not ready, if the center of the park isn't actually ready, then I worry we won't be able to do those soft opens, and it's just going to be like pass holder previews.
Yeah, well, we'll be there on day one regardless.
And although I will say, since you didn't see my last video, there are turnstiles at the entrance to Epic Universe, and they don't look like they're installing them. They look more like they're portable.
Like
they look like they're
ones?
Little kiosk podiums, and they're the same screen. They're the facial recognition ones.
Yeah.
And if they're showing up now, then maybe they are going to be able to have team members come in through the front. Maybe I'm wrong.
Potentially.
If they're starting to set up already.
Do you know when they're going to start doing that stuff for Express? Because I see the cameras and the podium, like the pedestal things. Like I like how they're ready to.
They're all well themed, except for Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. They've like themed it as like a log in ET or whatever, and it looks like it's part of the like Spider-Man. It looks like it's part of the newspaper company, but then you go into like Rocket, and it's just there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though. We went to get on the Mummy, and the team member was like, "Yeah," he said something about everything's open, but that red roller coaster over there. I was like, "Nobody goes on that." He goes, "Yeah, I know, that's true."
It's
he said something like that. It was really good. It was funny. The two of us laughed a little bit.
The facial recognition scanners look like HAL from
they kind of do actually,
right? or autopilot from WALL-E.
It kind of does. Whoa, I didn't make that connection.
But no, the I think it was Adventuring with Annie on social media posted that Islands of Adventure was testing the turnstile scanners, the facial recognition, without having to show your ticket. So if you're already in the system and it knows your face, you don't have to pull your ticket out and scan it because it's already on file. And that's the first time. No, for actual turnstiles to get into the park.
Oh, that's so cool.
So like the first time you go into the park with your ticket, you're going to have to scan it so it gets into the system. But once it matches to your face, then every time subsequently, you just walk in.
Oh,
and we're finally at that place now where we can, you still have to stare at the little screen, but you don't have to reach into your pocket anymore.
I was going to say it's better than grabbing the cart. And that'll be even better in Express too, because then with our passes after 4, you just walk in.
Right. Oh. Yeah. Because our pass holder, our passes are connected to our face. Yay! So yeah, it'll be a lot faster going through Express and not back up. It'll be a lot faster going through the Chronos and never have to actually do anything. Like we're going to I think that's why the podiums are portable and not built into the ground, because they want to get to a point where you don't have to
that's so cool.
Feel like you're going through a turnstile.
I love it.
And we'll get there, but maybe not on opening day.
Let's go. I can't believe how quickly this is coming all of a sudden. We're already through January out of nowhere.
I mean, I'm going to declare it now as we wrap up this podcast. It's okay if I'm not one of the first people to go into Epic Universe. I'm saying it so that I believe it. But if I can't get a pass holder preview, or I know team members are going to go before me, I know I might not be fastest fingers to get a pass holder preview. I might be on vacation the week that they're doing previews. I just am happy that I know we have tickets to opening day. So even if we aren't first, I know that I'll be there on the grand opening day, and I think that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I'm going to speak for all the listeners that love you, and I'm going to say that it's your park because you've been freaking cheerleading this thing for years now. This has literally been free advertising for what, 6 years now for this park?
Yeah.
And we watched it build, and everybody's been coming to you for all the info because you're so good at it. So I love creatives, and I'm not trying to offend them. No, we're not doing that. Nope. This is your park too. We're not doing that. We're not doing the butt.
They've already named the hotel after me. It's fine. I got a cookie. I'm fine. I'm just happy.
Saying, it's still your park.
The carousel has my name in the middle.
We have been working on this for 6 years. Remember when we started? I was like, look, that looks like stroller parking.
Yeah. And the permits. Yeah. I would have done this even if we didn't have a podcast.
I know. But I'm saying, like, everybody gets their info. I can't tell you how many times I see like TikToks and stuff, and they're saying stuff that you said, and I'm like, gee, I wonder where you got that from.
Not all of it.
No, but a large portion of it.
There's only,
large portion of the info.
Oh, and you can buy the unofficial guide to Universal Orlando on bookstore shelves now.
You can bribe me to get it signed for you.
Written by Seth Kabursky with Alicia Stella.
I still don't have my copy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna be so emotional when it actually happens. The way that like Muppets closing is emotional. So it's gonna be a really tough summer for me.
Are you gonna cry on me when we get in there?
To Epic Universe?
Yes.
I'm gonna cry the whole day. Like it's gonna be nonstop. It's
so
gonna
if you see Alicia and I walking around Epic Universe on day one, I did not do anything. It's all overwhelming emotion. It's not me. I'm gonna put a leash on you is what's gonna happen.
Alicia.
Stop.
Stop.
Oh man.
Oh, join us on opening day, May 22nd. We will be there. With bells on.
Do we have to wear bells now?
No, just sparkly dresses.
Oh, I don't have a sparkly dress.
Well, you better get one.
Maybe.
Yeah. 4 months. All right. That's all. Leave a comment on this podcast if you're, I have nothing to prompt. What do I tell them?
I don't know. Just follow us on the socials and stuff and talk to Alicia because she's super smart.
Join us on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Alicia.social. If you go to Alicia.social, it's actually a website that tells you where to follow me on socials.
Oh my gosh. Can I dedicate this to Opal? She was with us for 6 years.
Oh.
We lost a menagerie person.
I know. Your poor doggy.
She's
I'm so
old.
sorry.
She's 18. She lived a long time, but she was here from the start with us, so.
Yeah.
She was a good puppy.
She was.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. We love you.
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
Goodbye.
Bye.